ॐ तव कथामृतं तप्तजीवनं कविभिडीडितं कल्मषापहं श्रवणमङ्गलं श्रीमदाततं भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिदा जनाः. Let us resume our discussion on Sri Ramakrishna's spiritual discourses with his intimate devotees at a devotee's house in North Kolkata in Bagbazar area, the residence of Sri Girish Chandra Ghosh, a distinguished householder devotee of Sri Ramakrishna, on his way to Star Theatre to witness a drama entitled Brishaketu on 25th February 1885. Sri Ramakrishna was delivering his message, and among the congregation there were varieties of people. There were some young aspirants who were to lead a life of renunciation. There are devout householders like Ramchandra Datta, Master Mahashaya. They also wanted to have some advice for their individual family life. As was present Narendranath and other young aspirants were to lead a life of sannyasin. And that apart, there were people like Girish Chandra Ghosh who were not only householders but with a very indifferent life. Girish Chandra Ghosh, he typifies the people who are of not only questionable character, very bad character. There are also people in the society that they are notorious for their evil deeds, sinful acts. And Girish Chandra Azif represents those class. Now Sri Ramakrishna here has different packages for different class of people. He doesn't have one particular prescription for all. As an expert doctor will diagnose the patient and prescribe accordingly, similarly, from among the same congregation, Sri Ramakrishna has a different menu, different package for different people. So we have discussed in our last couple of Sunday classes that he earmarked the duties of a householder, good householder, for his forefathers, for the rishis, for the gods, even for his wife. Now having told, and also he had a prescription for the young aspirants, for the monks, which also we discussed the strict life of renunciation prescribed for a monk. Whereas for the householders, they are supposed to lead a religious life mixed with renunciation. Now, in a summary, Girish Chandra Ghosh asks Sri Ramakrishna a very pertinent question, which we will be discussing today. Girish Chandra is asking, after all having been told, what is the way for people like us? This is an important question. It is no more a generalized question. It is a particular, specific, personal question. हमारे उद्धार का उपाय क्या है? Amader upay ki. Amader means those who are fallen, those who do not have the elegance of a devout person, those who are endowed with bad character, those who are condemned by the society, those who cannot overcome their passions, but they are also human beings. Is there any way out for them? There is a question here. Now, surprisingly, Sri Ramakrishna is not only given a package for him, but also prescribing which is more easily adaptable by them, more effective. This is the beauty of the teachings of Sri Ramakrishna. He converts the table the other way around. He is prescribing here, he is telling them that your deficiency will be a priority. It is very interesting to find that what was the discouraging factor, that their spatial deficiency, their sinful activities has become, as per Sri Ramakrishna, is an advantageous position for them. They are better off having such traits in their life. So that's why this discussion is very interesting for us. What you normally feel, that these people are handicapped, they are of inferior quality. Sri Ramakrishna is saying, as far as the question of realization of God, they are better off. They will advance further than the pious people. It is a very novel discussion, interesting, so we'll get into it. Now, in reply to Girish Chandra Ghose's question, that what is the way out for us, Sri Ramakrishna is given a general answer, which is a way out for everybody. And that he says that bhakti is the only essential thing. That he has been telling with repeated stress. The devotion is the only way. Bhakti is the one essential thing. Bhakti shar. When Girish Chandra asked, he says that Bhakti sar. That bhakti is the one essential thing. It is the summary of the essential message, central message of Sri Ramakrishna, as in the scriptures also, that in this Kali Yuga, bhakti is the one essential, the most effective way, shortest, best and safest. Bhakti. And now he categorizes bhakti, which is important. Though devotion is the way, but the devotion has to be applied according to the temperament of people. All persons will not have the same temperament. That, as we discussed, some will be pious people, some will be that less pious, and some will be having the different states of life. That not only they are not pious, they are having a different way of life. So Sri Ramakrishna says the bhakti can be adapted by the people as per their temperament. This is important to learn, that bhakti has three dimensions. That the bhakti according to the pious people, bhakti according to the people who have dynamism, and bhakti as per the people who have inertia. Now there are three kinds of people available, as our mind is of three constituents. Now there are three constituents which make up the mind and which make up this nature, this world. There are three items before us: God, soul, nature. God is Paramatma. He is eternally present. He is all powerful. Now God has created the soul, jiva, in order to play with them. And the commodity to play is this world. This world is jada, material, inert. Whereas God and the jivas are conscious. This jiva is not jada. We are not inert. As Goswami Tulsidaji says, Ishvara Ansha Jiva Avinashi Chetana Amala Sahaja Sukha Rasi. Jiva, we belong to we should never forget. We do not belong to this world. This world is jad, Trigunatmika, made of three constituents: Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. Poise, dynamism, inertia. These are the three constituents which make up this world, which is jad. But jiva belong to the world, the Ishvara. Ishvara is Chetan. And what kind of Chetan? Knowledge absolute, bliss absolute, existence absolute. Sat Chidanand, Anant Jivan, Anant Ananda, Anant Gyan. Jiva is part and parcel of Ishvara. This says Goswamiji. Goswamiji says, Tulsidaji, Ishvara Ansha, Jiva Vinashi. Jiva is immortal, which never changes. Whereas Prakriti, this world, is constantly changing. Pratikshana parivartanshil, just opposite nature. And then he says, Ishvara Ansha Jiv Avinashi Chetana Amala Sahasukha. This Chetan, Jiv is Chetan, consciousness. Prakriti is inert. Then Jiv is important. Jiv is Amal. Amal means malhin, pure. It is a misnomer to think that we have some impurity. Impurity cannot be with us. It is against our nature. Impurity belongs to this world, this Prakriti, Trigunap. We are beyond impurity, we are always pure. Chetana Amala. And Sahaja, we are simple. This world is complicated. We are all simple people. Sahaj and Sukharasi. We are that Anand Sukh. Sukh Rashi means unending joy, unending pleasure. Whereas this grief in this world. This is our nature. Nevertheless, this world is not like Jiva. Jiva is Trigunatita. World is Trigunatmika. What are these three, the perennial, these basic qualities? Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. Sattva is poise, equanimity. Rajas is dynamism. And Tamas is inertia. But now, per the laws of nature, that some people have, those our body, mind, etc., our instruments are made of this nature. And nature is Trigunatmika. However, the proportion of Sattva, Rajas, Tamas varies from people to people. Not in their intrinsic quality, but in their external appearance, in their body. Jiva is the Atman inside, and it is a covering of this body, mind, sense organs. So there is Deha and Dehi, Jivatma and Jeev, Sharir and Shariri, which Sri Krishna tries to clarify before Arjuna. From the beginning of the Bhagavad Gita, he says in the second chapter, Dehi Nityam Abadhoyam, Dehi Sarvasya Bharata. Arjuna was being afraid that so many people will be killed, I will be killed. He says, you cannot be killed, you are Dehi. Dehi Nityam Abadhoyam, Dehi is indestructible. And where is it living? Dehi, within the body. Body is perishable. Body is Trigunatmika. Within the body, Dehi is Chirantan, Shashvata. Tasma sarveshu bhuteshu nattam sochit. He said, do not grieve. You should not depend that you will die. Nobody will die. However, our body, mind, soul are changeful, they will perish. So depending on the percentage of the Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, some people are more Sattvic, some people are more Rajasic, some more Tamasic. Sri Ramakrishna says, depending on this proportion, one should apply the devotion accordingly. The devotion should be applied to God. If you have more Sattvic quality, your bhakti will be Swatvik bhakti. And those who have got Rajasic dynamism, they will be Rajasic bhakti. And those who are Tamasic, they will be Tamasic bhakti. Now the normal Sattva, the difference is what? Sattva, what is the Lakshan? Sattva is purity, knowledge, joy. Pavitrata, Prakash, Anand. Sattva elevates us. Sattva takes us to God. It is desirable quality. So when a person is Sattvic, we appreciate that he is Sattvic, he meditates, he is good-natured, he is appreciable and is closer to God because Sattva leads him to God. But most people are Rajasic and Tamasic. Rajasic is dominant with Rajas, dynamism. And now, what is the sign of Rajas? Desire, action, restlessness. Vasana, karma chanchalata and asthirata. Restlessness, asthirata. Now, we want to concentrate our mind on God. So for that the mind should be quiet, mind should be calm, mind should be restful. Whereas Rajas makes the mind continuously agitated and makes it restless. The rajas binds us down. It does not allow us to reach God. There are two items to make the mind concentrated at the feet of God. Our mind is constantly taking us away from God. Now, there are certain methods by which we bring the mind back to God, to turn it. So for that you need this sattva, whereas rajas binds us down with various activities and desire. It doesn't allow us. Suppose you want to drive a boat, you try hard, but if it is anchored, you cannot progress. So rajas binds us down, anchors us with some desire, kamana, vasana, asakti, attachment. We get attached with some person or something or some environment or some desire. We get attached. We cannot progress, reach God. That is the nature of rajas. Sattva brings us free. De-anchors us. It gives detachment. It makes us free to move, elevates us. Rajas binds us down. And tamas, it degenerates us, degrades us. What is its sign? Inaction, dullness, delusion. Karmahinta, jadata, mudata. These are the products of tamas. It takes a person away from God and forces him to do unwanted things. This rajas and tamas. This jiva, as I said, it is pure. Chetanamala Sarasukadasi. So now the question came to Arjuna that if jiva is Ishwar ka angsha, ये इतना pure है, why does it commit crimes? Why does it commit sin? Who is the culprit? Jiva is free. We are all pure. We are all consciousness. Dehi. Why are we committing sins? Those who are doing. He asked Shri Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita, Atha kena prajuktoyam papam charati purushaha anichannapi barsneya baladipa niyojitaha. The Purusha, he is free, he is Chetan. Why is it been persuaded to do heinous activities? Kena prajuktoyam, somebody is forced him down, gardan pakad ke, galat karma kara rahe. Kaun hai ye? Who is to be blamed? ये जो गड़बड़ करा रहे हैं, अतः केन प्रयुक्तयम, by whom this our Purusha is being forced to do unwanted things. Papam charati, sinful activities. I want to know. Bhagavan answers in the next verse. Kama esha krodha esha rajoguna mahas samubhav mahashana mahapapma vidhena me baidavanam. Kama esha krodha esha rajoguna samudbhavan. हमारे मन का जो तीन उपादान है, सत्व रजस तमस. सत्व elevates us, rajas and tamas forces us with this kama and krodha, the passion and anger. Now, kama and krodha are not two different sins. They are the two sides of the same coin. When kama, the passion, is thwarted, we are not able to have the desired activity as per passion, it gets turned into krodha, anger. We become angry. Whatever we want, if that is not available, we become angry. So, kama and krodha are the two sides of the same coin, same evil, presented in two different ways, generated by rajas and tamas, degrades us. So, you please, Arjun, so he warned, Sri Krishna warns that Mahashana Mahapapma, he is your not friend, your enemy, your great enemy. he is forcing you to do wrong activities. And Mahashano, he is like a fire. Fire is not our friend. When there is a fire, you must call the fire brigade, or else it will burn everything. अगर कहीं पर स्पार्क ऑफ फायर रहें, कि चिराग रहें, साथ साथ बुझा देना चाहिए, नहीं तो सबको जला के खाक कर देगा. तो ये जो इसको महाशनो, like fire, महापापमा, the most sinful things. And please know for certain, Vaidinam, your Shatru. So our enemy is not seated somewhere else outside. Our enemy is seated within us, within our mind. Because mind is having two different aspects, Sattva and Rajas. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Dr. Jekyll is the Sattva, it elevates us, and Rajas Tamas degrades us. The constant tug of war going on. In this middle, what to do? That is the question. Those who are having a dominance of Rajas and Tamas, for them, what is the way out? Those who are Sattvic, they are better off. They will go ahead. They enjoy a good life. And those who are Tamasic and Rajasic, they are victim. They are victim of their own traits. What is the way out? Sri Ramakrishna says Bhakti. Now, he says that Bhakti had to be adapted according to your temperament. So those who have dominance of Sattva, they will apply Sattvic Bhakti. They will meditate on God, they will do worship, they will pray, and they will give a natural course. Fine. And those who are Rajasic and Tamasic, what is their prescription? They do not have that mental condition to sit quietly and repeat the name of God. Sri Ramakrishna's prescription is, you apply your tamasic bent of mind for realization of God. The way you are forcing to have the sensual pleasures, with that state you demand, you charge God to bestow His grace. You fight with Him. That's what He says. If God, normally you do not desire, you do not deserve His grace. You do not deserve His grace because you do not have that sattvic quality. And you deserve only His curse and you deserve neglect. But you have that trait of mind that you are doing something with the force of your mind for the gratification of your senses, which is not due to it, you grab it. That is the way of these Rajasic and Tamasic people. In the same way, you charge on God and demand your devotion. That's what he says. Bhakti has different aspects, the Swatik, the Rajasic and the Tamasic. One who has Sattvic Bhakti is very modest and humble. As I said, they will go on their own way, slow and steady. They will win. But a man with Tamasic Bhakti is like a highwayman in his attitude towards God. उन लोग क्या करते हैं? He says, "Oh God, I am chanting your name. How can I be a sinner? You are my own mother. You must reveal yourself to me." That's the way Sri Ramakrishna is teaching us to do. He is teaching us to do, and he has done it himself. It's very interesting. Sri Ramakrishna, though he was the Sattva Gun, but for us, he demonstrated this way. When his Sattvic sadhana was taking a long time, he converted it into a Tamasic sadhana. He wanted to commit suicide. You see, suicide is not done by Sattvic people. Killing, murder, these are all done by the Rajasic and Tamasic people. Suicide is murdering your own self. So he became so much angry and so much attitude, this tremendous pain, he approached the Divine Mother in the mother's kali. He took away the sword, which is hanging for puja purpose, and wanted to kill himself in front of the mother. I cannot stay anymore. So much of neglect you are doing. He wanted to kill himself. Then mother appeared, says, and then he had in the samadhi. So he says a tamasic bhakta must have that attitude of mind towards God. So when a devotee approaches God with that sort of longing, that sort of sincerity, then God has to yield. Now, one secret Sri Ramakrishna is revealing, that you must not forget. Secret is, we are all children of God. A child, if it is irrespective of his quality, a child is a child and mother is a mother. Mother cannot ignore a child. Now, secret is, if a child is handicapped, it deserves more affection. That is the secret. We feel that those who are whole, they deserve more attention because it's wrong. This secret Sri Ramakrishna is revealing to us. Those who are not able to reach God, those who do not have devotion, those who are endowed with some handicap, that bad traits of life, mother knows that this child will not be able to reach me on his own. So I have to extend my hand of cooperation. I have to go forward because it is after all my child. That is the relation we must encash. That we are after all, irrespective of our background, that God is our own, very own, our own mother. And if we approach Him, He cannot deny. He has no power. A mother cannot deny the call of a child, whatever be the qualification of it. It never asks. It never asks, what is your qualification? It calls mother by the power of his heritage. Janmajat adhikar hai. Sri Ramakrishna says, encash that your right. You have the birthright to call on God. You have the birthright to see God. You are not asking a favor. You encash your birthright, you force it, and God has to yield. As it has yielded to me. Now he is telling this, the advice, not only, see, people may think that he was God. So he has done the same thing with Girish Chandra Ghosh. Girish Chandra Ghosh is a typical person, a typical householder representing the most sinful person that is possible. This is not a story, it's a fact that there is some limit to commit sin. Month limit. Girish Chandra says, I have done unlimited sin. Wherever I sit, I have done so much, he says, wherever I sit, that the 10 feet ground below my existence becomes totally spoilt because of my so much sin I have done. With so much sin he comes and he approaches Sri Ramakrishna. And it illustrates how he wins the game, how he qualifies himself to sit in the same platform of Swami Vivekananda. Wonderful story. Now where is Girish Chandra Ghosh, most sinful person? Where is Swami Vivekananda, Saptasri Rishi? Sri Ramakrishna brought both of them at par. He offered Gerua to 12 persons, Narendranath, Brahmanand, etc., and Girish Chandra Ghosh. Equal. Same trait. Now, Narendranath, Brahmana, see their lives, exalted lives, full of sattva. Girish Chandra was full of tamas, rajas. Now, this wonderful story should be understood and implemented. Girish Chandra Ghosh, he had no qualification deserving the grace of God. Now, none of his disciples had the guts to ask Sri Ramakrishna to be born as his son. See how audacity, being such a sinful person, he says to Sri Ramakrishna that I have a desire. What desire you have? You must be born as my son. Sri Ramakrishna says, for me to be your son is unimaginable, unthinkable process. He is God incarnate. Girish Chandra is not King Dasharatha or Nanda Ghosh. He does not deserve. Dasharath had this, like Manu and Shatarupa had 1,000 years of penance to have Ramachandra as his son. How audacity Girish Chandra Ghosh says, he must be born as my son. Sri Ramakrishna outright denied. Is never possible. Now Girish Chandra Ghosh did not utter any praise, request, स्तुति नहीं किया, उनको गाली दिया. Just see the fun. इतना गंदा गाली दिया श्री रामकृष्ण को. Why you want to do it? You are a Brahmin, you have so much of pride, and you think I am a sinner. What right you have got to deny my prayer? I won't accept. He went on shouting, and he abused him so much that Sri Ramakrishna's disciples took him away. He said, it is unbearable, let us go. We cannot hear such filthy words. Girish Chandra, in spite of it, this drunkenness, he went on abusing Sri Ramakrishna. I cut short the story, and what has happened? Sri Ramakrishna was born. Wonderful. Girish Chandra had a son. After the demise of Sri Ramakrishna, Girish Chandra in his advanced age, he had a son. Now, you see, this is the faith. This is the Vishwas. Girish Chandra believed that it is no other than Sri Ramakrishna. And he treated the son as Sri Ramakrishna. Can anybody do it? So, you must have faith, Vishwas on yourself. No matter who you are, it all depends on faith. When you have prayed to God, God must answer. Why? Because you have faith. And he used to, this child, utensils, bartan, all separate. He would not eat. We have separate utensils, separate clothes for God. This child used to have a separate set. He was treated as divine. He had his affection, but he never treated him the other ways. He is for him, separate bhoga will be prepared, separate bartan will be there, separate dress will be there. He will be treated as if he is a God, living God. But then, the irony, the interesting advantage, this beauty of the story, this boy was dumb. He would not say anything. Gunga tha. He could not speak. He would not speak. And he was a very divine child. Wonderful nature, full of sattva. Girish Chandra goes full of sin, and his son is full of sattva. Sri Ramakrishna. God is our very own. He cannot say no. He proved it. Now, Girish Chandra was conscious of his sin. He would not go near Holy Mother because he knew that Holy Mother was purity personified. Pavitrata Swarupini. And Girish Chandra was full of sin. And they were living together. Girish Chandra's ghost in Bagbazar is very close to Udbodhan. Those who have gone to Calcutta, you know, at a stone's throw. Udbodhan is a place where mother used to live physically. And a stone's throw is Girish Chandra Ghos's house. So you go to the top, you can see. So one day Girish Chandra was there on the rooftop with his wife. And his wife said, "Look, the Holy Mother is in our house. Look." He said, "Is it so?" Then he quickly closed his eyes and came down. He said, that with these sinful eyes, I will not look at you. That was Girish Chandra Ghosh. He was conscious about who he was. Now, he would never go near Holy Mother because he knew he was a sinful person. And this is purity personified. Now one day, this boy forced Girish Chandra Ghosh to go to Udbodhan. He snatched him. He went to the ground floor. Going to the ground floor, the Sharadanand is there, Sarat Maharaj. In his lap he is going. This boy, child, he was snatching Girish Chandra Ghosh to Kuwa, where Holy Mother was there. Now, Girish Chandra Ghosh started weeping. The boy can go. He is pure. He said that, "Why don't you understand? I am a sinful person. I cannot go to her. You go." But the boy will not leave. He went on shouting and crying, weeping and wailing. It's very difficult to control the child. Everybody said, when it is forcing Barin to go, what is the difficulty? You take her, take this boy with your lap. Finally, Girish Chandra had to yield. Finally, he went up. As soon as he went, the child rushed and sat on the lap of the Holy Mother. And Girish Chandra Ghosh said that through this child, I have been able to come to you. Now, this is the price of faith a person has, irrespective of his background. So Sri Ramakrishna is saying, if you are handicapped, that is an advantage for you, because God will be more kind. God will come to you and draw you towards him, knowing fully well he is Antaryamin. We need not hide. He knows everything. Only thing, you have to be free and frank and have faith on ourselves, faith on our divine relation with God. We are not sinners. We are His own children. No matter what we are, if we have sincerity, if we have longing, if we really want to come near God, God has to come. God has to open His arms. That's what He says. That being more benevolent for the handicapped. Jesus says, "Come, all ye that are heavily laden, come unto me. Come, all ye that are heavily laden, come unto me. I shall relieve you." Do not worry. He is inviting. Whom? Those who are heavily laden, those who are handicapped. His special invitation, not for the good ones, for those who are rotten ones. See, Ramakrishna is saying a wonderful prescription here, that those who are having excessive rajas and tamas, they should mix devotion with that trait, and they will be faster to reach God in this very life. We will continue further in our next Sunday class. Niranjanam nityam anantarupam bhaktanukampa dhrita vigraham vai Ishavatanam parameshamidyam tam Ramakrishnam shirasa namama. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Announcement: Srimad Swami Muktinathanandaji Maharaj is arriving at our ashrama on 1st of September, and he has agreed to give spiritual initiation on Sunday 3rd of September. So those who are willing to have spiritual initiation from Reverend Maharaj are requested to be in touch with our Math office without further delay. There will be a short introductory meeting at the old shrine after the talk. And then next Sunday, we won't have this gospel class, that is on 13th. We have a regional youth conference, and in commemoration of the 125th foundation of the Ramakrishna mission, you are all welcome to participate in the day-long conference. We are happy to announce that Swami Nikileswaranandaji from Rajkot will be participating in the conference, and most probably Urunima Sinha also will come. We will have a wonderful meeting, and in the evening there will be Ashok Goswami playing on the violin, and in the day-long program. So please get yourself enrolled, registered in the Math office for the next Sunday's program. It's a regional youth conference. So 12th and 13th, 12th there will be some youth competitions. So about 150 youth is coming from all over UP and Uttarakhand. They will be staying in our Math. It's a residential. They will be staying in our Math, and then there will be youth competitions, and then following day is an open session for the youth conference. Both adults and youths can participate. You are welcome. So we close now with the chanting of the Lord. Please join with me. Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om. Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om. Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om. Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om. Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om. Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om. Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om. Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om. Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om. Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om Ramakrishna, Hari Om.